We'll have one more presentation. Perhaps we can take the questions all afterwards. Okay? This presentation is actually from Dr. Bob Fulton, and unfortunately he had initially cannot come to Korea to be here in present, and he sent his apologies. But we were able to get his presentation through video, and then we'll listen to that now, and then we'll take the discussion all in the end.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bob Fulton. Thank you for inviting us. I'm sorry I can't be there with you in person today, but I have obligations in the United States that preclude me from being there. I've been a dentist for 40 years. During that time, I've counseled thousands of patients, started a dental residency program in the Amazon jungle, started an oral health education department in a medical school, and I'm currently the editor of the Academy of Dentistry International, where I met Claudio and Ramon a couple of years ago. Today I'd like to talk to you about the elephant in the room that exists right here, right now, in front of every one of us, and we don't even see it. And that elephant is sugar, the leading cause of oral disease according to the FDI, and a leading cause of metabolic syndrome diseases like diabetes, heart disease, hypercholesterol, and studies are even beginning to show it to addiction and cancer. Here are some facts about sugar that you may not know. What you commonly call sugar is actually sucrose. It's made up of 60% glucose and 40% of fructose. Fructose is plant sugar. Plant sugar does not digest in the gut. It manifests itself in the liver and turns itself into triglycerides and fats and moves into the bloodstream to produce belly fat, which is one of the major leading causes of inflammation. High fructose corn syrup, which you also call sugar, is slightly different from sucrose. It's made up of 50% glucose and 50% fructose. However, in the amounts that you eat it, it doesn't really matter what the differences are. In a little over 130 years, sugar consumption has increased 2,520% in Western civilization, and probably it's approaching that in the world today now. This graph goes from 1820 to 2000. You'll notice that there has been a significant increase in sugar over the past 180 years, from almost 4 pounds in 1820 to well over 100 pounds in 2000. Well, notice the dip that's right there at 2000. Oh my goodness, it's going down. No, it's really not going down. It really hasn't made that much of a difference in the overall problems that this material causes. Since 1960 alone, there's been a 200% increase in the amount of sugar being consumed by people in the Western civilization. My friends, that's about 35-pound bags of sugar per year per person. The liver just can't tolerate that kind of drug. That's 7 times more sugar than the liver can possibly tolerate in the body. It's also being shown that sugar is an incredibly addictive drug. This slide shows the criterion that the American Psychological Association uses to predict substance abuse. If you look at tolerance, anxiety, depression, binging, desire to stop, craving, interference with life, continuing use despite bad consequences, you can pretty much ascribe each one of those characteristics to people that consume vast amounts of sugar. In fact, a study done in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition and Metabolic Care in 2013 showed that rats were more likely to choose Oreo cookies than cocaine. In fact, as I said before, excess sugar consumption is now linked to metabolic syndrome problems. These graphs show trending statistics for various countries throughout the world from 1970 to 2020. You don't have to look at each one of them individually, but just notice that there's a 45-degree slope that correlates very closely to sugar consumption. Sugar consumption is also a worldwide financial tragedy. I've got a residency in the Amazon jungle, and I can guarantee you if we went into every one of the villages where they have a cantina, you can buy a bottle of soda for half the cost you can buy a bottle of water. But doctor, I can't afford to eat healthy. And you know what? They're correct. So here's the bottom line. Sugar in small quantities can be handled by a healthy body. In large quantities, it's toxic to the body. So let me give you a few things that you can take to the store and allow you to do the math on whether it's good for you or bad for you, and how much you should have, how much you shouldn't have, and the same life. So here's an equation you can take to the store. Never forget this. 4 grams equals 1 teaspoon. And for preschool and early elementary years of children, 3 to 4 teaspoons. Tweens and teen years, 5 to 8 teaspoons, based on how active they are. So what's that mean to me? Well, let's take one average soda right now. This is an average soda you can buy in any store. The average soda has about 40 grams of sugar in it. That's 10 teaspoons. If you think it's only the American Heart Association, you'd be happy to know that the World Health Organization follows right along the same guidelines as the American Heart Association. Okay, you ready to talk about the other elephant in the room? Okay, so let's talk about the other elephant in the room. Let's talk about the socio, medical, political, economical impacts that sugar has on the world. Okay, so what do you do about it? Is it a medical problem? Are you obese because you have a medical problem? Is it a government problem? There's just not enough control over what goes into our food. Is it an educational problem? People aren't educated enough about what goes into their body. Where's the freedom of choice? Everybody has the choice to have free will. That's what shot down the whole 32-ounce blood problem in New York City not too long ago. So if it is a free will problem, you choose wisely. If you're not given the right information, how do you choose? As we certainly aren't given the right information about health in this country. Well, I know for a fact that there's many things out there that you don't know that you don't even know. However, I do know this one thing. If we leave this addictive metabolic problem alone and unattended, it could be the dreaded pandemic that we keep looking for that decimates our civilization.